Good morning, guys. Today is Monday, the 1st of June. I hope you had an absolutely fantastic half term and you did lots of exciting things and managed to stay safe. Obviously, we're really looking forward to having you guys back in school, but for the time being, we're carrying on with our home learning. And I know you guys have looked at the day the crayons quit in your writing, but we're going to be reading it a few letters a day and answering some questions on them. So what I'm going to say before we go on to the book is every time a new page comes up on this video, pause the video and try and read it yourself, okay? Because we're also trying to build up our fluency and how we decode words, okay, and the accuracy that we do that with. So have a go, pause it, have a go, and then I will read it for you, okay? Then you'll have a question. You might have one question, you might have two questions, and you can have a go at writing the answers into your book. Again, pausing the video, and then we will have a look at the answer afterwards. Okay, so first page. Pause it, have a go at reading it. Okay, one day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Hey Duncan, it's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of your other crayons. All year long I wear myself out colouring fire engines, apples, strawberries and everything else that's red. I even work on holidays. I have to colour all the Santas at Christmas and all the hearts on Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon. Okay, so your question for this is, can you list 5 things from the letter that red crayon is used to colour in? Pause the video while you have a go. You can just make a list for this one. Okay, good job. So 5 things. Let me see if I can find 5 things. I'm going to underline them. We've got fire engines, apples, strawberries. We can't class everything else as something, can we? I even work on holidays. Santas. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the hearts on Valentine's Day. So I've got my 5 things there. Give yourself a tick if you manage to do that. Okay, moving on to Purple's letter. Pause it, have a go. Dear Duncan, all right. Listen, I love that I'm your favourite crayon for grapes, dragons and wizards hats, but it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous colour goes outside the lines. If you don't start colouring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon. Okay, so your question for this letter. Why do you think the author uses capital letters for completely lose it? What does this make us think about how Purple is feeling? Okay, remember guys to answer your questions in full sentences. That's what this red sentence is. It's your sentence starter. So when you're writing it in your book, you should start your answer with, I think the author uses capital letters. Okay. So, have a go and unpause the video. Okay, completely lose it. Let's find it in here. It says, oh, that's not a very straight line. I'm going to completely lose it. From reading this, okay, we can tell that the crayon is quite angry. Why is the crayon angry? Because Duncan does not colour in very neatly and he keeps going outside of the lines. Okay. So, if I was answering this question, I might write, I think the author uses capital letters to show that the purple crayon is shouting. Okay, so when I read that, I didn't read it as I'm going to completely lose it. I read it as I'm going to completely lose it. So I think the author uses capital letters to tell us, the reader, how the purple crayon is feeling. Okay, it makes us think that purple is angry, so he's using his shouting voice. Okay, he's getting a bit frustrated, a little bit angry. So any words like that are fabulous. Okay, moving on to the beige crayon. Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I am neither. I am beige and I am proud. I'm also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown crayon. It's not fair that Brown gets all the bears, ponies and puppies while the only things I get are turkey dinners, if I'm lucky, and wheat. And let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a kid excited about colouring wheat? Your beige friend, beige crayon. So, how do you think beige crayon is feeling? What makes you think this? So pause and have a go. Remember to use your sentence stems. Okay, if I was going to write this answer this question, I think, and whatever answer you come up with is okay, as long as you're not saying to me, I think beige crayon is feeling happy. Okay, that letter tells us that beige crayon is not happy. So you might have written, I think beige crayon is feeling sad. Okay, you might have used a better word than sad. You might have used the word frustrated. I think that beige crayon is feeling frustrated. I think that beige crayon is feeling let down. Okay, or left out. Okay. So what in this letter makes us think that beige crayon is not feeling as happy as perhaps he should? Let's have a look for some words. It says, I am beige and I am proud. I am also tired. So you might have used that word. I think beige crayon is feeling tired. Okay. Of being second best. Okay. Second place, sorry. He's feeling second place. He's not feeling like he is number one. Okay. Which would make him feel sad. It would make him feel upset. It might make him feel a little bit left out. Okay. He might be feeling like things are a little bit unfair because he says it's not fair that Brown gets all of the bears, puppies and ponies. Okay. I think he's probably feeling quite sad and left out because nobody ever uses the beige crayon. If you look here, it tells us. Let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a kid excited about colouring wheat? Okay, so anything along those lines is fantastic. Well done today, guys.
Morning everybody, welcome to your maths lesson for today. We're going to start off with our warm-up activity, our flashback 4. These are our quick fire questions. They're the questions that hopefully they're reminding you of things we've already learned before. So what I'd like you to do is pause the screen. I'm going to run through the questions for you and talk you through, and then when we get to the end you can pause and write down all of your answers, okay? So the first question is all about directions. It says complete the directions. Move forward, square. Turn, move forward, squares. Turn, Okay, question 2, you're going to need some objects, a pencil, a ruler and a crayon. Okay, and it wants you to follow these instructions. So put the pencil to the right of the ruler and to the left of the crayon and position those on your desk, ready for coming back. Question 3 is what is 1/2 of 24? And question 4 is add 2, 5 and 8 together. So pause the video now, have a quick go at writing down the answers and come back to me when you're ready to go through them. Good luck everybody. Okay, brilliant. Let's have a little look how you got on then. So with our directions to start with, did you know that you had to move forward 1 square? Did you turn right? Move forward 2 more squares and then turn left. Well done if you managed to get those right. Now, this was the strange one that you needed to grab some items for. Does your pencil, ruler and crayon look like this? Remembering we're putting the pencil to the right of the ruler and to the left of the crayon. Remembering that's the order. What is 1/2 of 24? Hopefully you knew that was 12. and add 2, 5 and 8 together. When I looked at this, I thought, oh, that's easy because 8 and 2 I know makes 10. Add the 5 makes 15. So hopefully you got on really well with that. Have a little look through, mark your answers. If you did get any wrong, just pause the video and go back and see if you can work out and unpick where you went wrong. We're going to go on to our learning for today, which is all about fact families. So I want you to watch this instruction video and then we'll go through some extra questions together. While you're watching the instruction video that's coming up next, there are lots and lots of questions to do as part of the video. So make sure you pause and have a little go at them because that's your learning activity for today. I'll see you in a little bit.
Fact families, addition and subtraction bonds to 20 today. I'd like to play a game. Let's play what is being represented here. Do you like my fancy banner? Okay, let's get on with the game. What's being represented here? Did you say 5? That's right, 5. There is one hand, isn't there? I know that, so it could be 1, but 5 is what I'm looking for. Okay, it gets more difficult. What is being represented here? 15. Well done. 5, 10, 15. It's useful, isn't it, having 5 fingers on our hands? Makes counting in 5s really easy. Okay, gets more difficult. What is being represented here? Ooh, how many cars? See, I want to count in 5s because I know that's a really good, efficient way of counting, but I can't seem to make 5s. Why don't I move some of those cars? Ah, now I've got 5s, rows of 5, 2 rows of 5 and a row of 4. Those 2 rows of 5, I could put those into a 10 frame. Ah, that makes it easier to see what's being represented. Have you got some cars or something similar at home? Could you put them into a 10 frame? Could the 10 frame be parking spaces? That would be great, wouldn't it? I wonder how many cars you've got. What's being represented here? 20? Yes, that's right. We've got 10 at the top in the 10 frame and 10 at the bottom in the 10 frame. 10 and 10 is 20. So 20 altogether. But something's going to change. At the moment they're all red. And now look. Ah, some have turned yellow. But how many? Well done if you noticed there were 9. It's 1 less than 10, isn't it? Or we can see 5 on the bottom and then 4 just above. 5 and 4 is 9. So I could have 20, but I also know that 20 is equal to 11 plus 9. We didn't take any away, none were removed, were they? So there's still 20 altogether, that's the whole. I've got 11 red ones and 9 yellow ones. So 20 is equal to 11 plus 9. Is there another way we can write that? Yes, that's right. We can have 20 is equal to 9 plus 11. It doesn't matter if the red counters come first or the yellow counters come first. It's still 20. What is being represented here? Not got 20 this time. I can see the 10 and 4 more. So 14. Yes, 14 is being represented here. 4 of them are yellow now. So 14 is the whole. And then that's something plus something. And then a second calculation, which I imagine will be very similar. Something plus something is 14. Do you think you can fill in those gaps? Why not pause the video here and have a go? How did you get on with that? 14 in this representation is equal to 10 plus 4. And then because we know 14 is equal to 10 plus 4, we know 10 plus 4 is equal to 14. What about these ones? Our first one's got 14 again, but a different amount of yellow counters. Our next one has got 15. Be careful, it's tricky because there's 15. And there's some yellow counters. And then the bottom one's got 15. And there's some yellow counters. Pause the video here and see if you can fill in those gaps. How did you get on? There's the answers. Well done, everyone. Creating a fact family. Fact families are made from 3 numbers. In this case, we've got the whole, 19, the red counters, 15, and the yellow counters, 4. We're going to slide these number cards into this number sentence. Pause the video here to have a go at putting it into your own number sentence. If you've not got number cards, post-it notes will be great for this. Did you do something like this? No, doesn't work, does it? 19 plus 15 isn't equal to 4. Ah, that's better. Our whole needs to come at the end of our number sentence in this case. So 19 is the whole, and then the other 2 numbers are the 2 parts, 4 and 15. They're the red counters and the yellow counters. 15 plus 4 is equal to 19. But there is another way we can do it. 15 and 4 are commutative. Our 2 parts can go either way round. So we could have 4 plus 15 is equal to 19. So what about subtraction? Same 3 number cards, 19 the whole, 15 the red counters and 4 the yellow counters. Can I just slide them into my number sentence? Pause the video here and have a go. Yes, that's right. You can just slide them in this time. 19 subtract 15 is equal to 4. Last time, when we looked at addition, we swapped the first 2 numbers round because they were commutative, like this. Can you do that with subtraction? No, that's right. 15 counters take away 19 counters doesn't equal 4 counters. 19 subtract 15 equals 4. So 19 counters to start with. So the other way we can do this calculation, instead of taking away the red counters first, we can take away the yellow counters. So 19 subtract 4 would give us 15. It's the same 3 numbers. There are actually 8 calculations in each fact family, and they all contain those same 3 numbers. Here, our whole is 17, 1 part is 7, that's the red counters, and 1 part is 10, that's the yellow counters. Our top row shows us addition calculations. We've started with the whole here, 17, and we've said 17 is equal to 7 plus 10. On the other side, we've started with the parts. 7 is a part, and 10 is a part, and 17 is the whole. So swapping where our whole goes allows us to create 8 calculations for each fact family. 4 additions and 4 subtractions. Pause the video here and see if you can fill in those missing blanks. Remember, it's always going to be 17, 7 and 10. Good luck. How did you get on with that? Here are the answers. Well done, if that's what you got. I've changed my representation on my 10 frames at the bottom, I've got 7 red counters and 6 yellow counters. Here's part of my fact family. This works really nicely with a part-whole model. Part-whole model connects our whole to the parts. In this case, we've got 2 parts, 7 and 6. And what we can do is cover up any one of the 3 parts and use the other 2 numbers to calculate the missing number. For example, I cover up 13, I can add my 2 parts, 7 and 6, and find my missing number, 13. If I cover up one of the parts, I can start with the whole and subtract one of the parts, 6, which leaves me with 7. So I can always find my missing part. The other place that this works really nicely is a bar model. So here I can take my whole and put it into the bar, and then the 2 parts are going to fit under that whole. Now the proportions don't have to be exact with this. All we're showing is that the 2 parts, 7 and 6, when added together are equal to 13. Their bars are the same length as the 13 bar. Can you pause the video here and have a go at writing the 8 calculations in this fact family? Good luck! Brilliant. Did really well. Here are the answers. And that brings us to the end of this lesson.
Okay, everybody, I hope you got on really well with that activity today. If you've completed all of the activities as you've gone along, then that's absolutely fine. But if you want a little bit more practice, we've got some more practice coming up on the next few slides. If you've done enough maths for today, you can always skip on to the next lesson and see what else we've got in store for you. But if you would like more practice, then this is yours for today. So if you want to have a look at the questions that are on the screen, I'm going to ask you to pause the video and have a go, and then come back to me when you are ready for the answers, okay? So have a little look, work them all through, copy the questions and the answers down, the answers down into your workbooks, and then come back for the answers. Pause the video. Okay, so let's go through the answers here. So, on the first one, what calculations are represented? It shows us that we've got 10 and 5 red counters and 5 yellow counters. So we've got 15 red and 5 yellow, so 15 add 5 equals 20. So if we use that same method here, we've got the 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 red counters. I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 yellow counters. So 12 and 8 equals 20 because both of my 10 frames are full. Okay. For question C, I've got 5, 6, 7 red counters. I've got 10, 11, 12, 13 yellow counters. So 7 plus 13 equals 20. And there are lots and lots of different ways to answer the last question, which is how many other number bonds to 20 can you make using counters and 10 frames? So you might have had 6 plus 14 equals 20. You might have had 19 plus 1 equals 20. You could have had 10 plus 10 equals 20. Just get a grown-up to check for you that yours all add up to 20 before you move on to the next activity. Okay, and some more extra practice for you here. Remember that you don't have to do this, it's there for you as an option. But if you want to have a go, pause the video and come back to me when you're ready for the answers. Okay, brilliant. Let's see what we have learned here with our fact families for question 2. So we started off with our fact families here. 15 plus 2 equals 17. Then we've moved them around and gone 17 equals 15 plus 2. 2 plus 5 equals 15 equals 17. So we're going to swap those around and start again. So we're going to have 17 equals 2 plus 15. Well done if you got those right. 17 take away 15 is 2. 2 equals 17 take away 15. 17 take away 2 is 15. And 15 equals 17 take away 2. Well done if you managed to complete all of those fact families. Okay, So then the last one is 2 minus 17 equals 15 should be part of the fact family. Explain why Rosie is wrong. Have a little chat with the person at home and see if you can work that one out. Okay, and if you're looking for the next activity, we're looking at part-whole models here. So pause the video and a bar model, have a little go, and then come back to me when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so let's have a look at that part-whole model together. So we've got 11, 5 and 6. So if you were using the part-whole model to give you your fact families, hopefully you spotted that 5 add 6 is 11. 11 take away 5 is 6. 6 add 5 is 11. And 11 take away 6 is 5. Okay, then for question 4, we were looking at our bar model. So we got 9 and 8. So we had to work out that 9 and 8 first made 17 as our total, our whole, and 9 and 8 being our parts. And then you needed to write out the fact family. Now you might have put these in different order, but have you got that 9 add 8 equals 17? 8 add 9 equals 17. 17 take away 8 equals 9. 17 take away 9 equals 8. 17 equals 9 add 8. 17 equals 8 add 9. 9 equals 17 minus 8, and the last one as well. Okay, on to the next activity. Final one for today in this extra practice section. Have a little go and come back to me when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so hopefully you wrote down any incorrect calculations and you were able to explain those mistakes. So hopefully you spotted that 7 minus 3 equals 10. If we've got 7 and we minus 3, you'll remember that the answer is 4, not 10. So that's a mistake. So hopefully you managed to explain that. And 3 minus 10 equals 7. Hopefully you also spotted that if we had 3 and we subtracted 10, it wouldn't be 7. It would be in a minus number because it's not big enough to take 10 away from. So hopefully you were able to explain those. And then choose the number cards to find their total. Here are the number cards for you. This is just one example. There were lots and lots of other ones here. So 7 add 6 equals 13. Well done if you managed to do all of the extra practice here today. We'll be back with some more learning tomorrow. But don't forget, there's plenty more things if you'd like to do them. We've got Times Table Rockstars. There's the Hit the Button Top Marks games online, and there's also Oxford Owl, which has lots and lots of maths games that you can play if you're looking for a bit more maths today. If not, we will see you again for some more maths tomorrow, but stay tuned for Mrs. Upton with her spelling and grammar lesson. Bye everybody.
Hi guys, welcome to quiz day. I'm taking over from Mrs. Mulliner, so I get to see your spelling. So I hope I found the right ones. I know I have. She's told me very accurately. So let's take one last little check and a last little look at these spellings. We've got want, watch, wonder, warm, wall, quad, wasps, quack, quantity and squash. Okay, so I'm going to pop us onto the quiz screen. I want you to have your paper in front of you. I want you to put numbers to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just check in 10. So I want you to put 1 to 10, and each word that I read out, I want you to have a good go at, and we'll check our answers at the end. Okay, right. This page. So, number 1. Next to your number 1, write me the word want. I want you to write me the word want, please. Number 1 is want. Want. Number 2, if I go too fast, guys, pause me, okay? I'm going to try and go slow, but if I go too fast, just pause me. Okay, so number 2 is watch. I want you to watch where you are going. Watch. On my wrist, I wear a wrist watch. Number 2 is watch. Number 3 is wander. I like to have a wander at night time. A wander. Wander is another word for walk. Number 3 is wonder. Number 4 is warm. The weather is nice and warm. Number 4 is warm. Hasn't it been glorious, this warm weather? Number 4 is warm. Number 5 is warm. I can stand my back up against the wall and have a rest. My little cat likes to jump on top of the wall. Number 5 is warm. Warm. Number 6 is quad. How many wheels does a quad bike have? A quad has 4 wheels, like a quadrilateral shape has 4 sides. Number 6 is quad. Number 7 is wasps. The wasps like the sticky sweets. Wasp. Have you ever been stung by a wasp? It hurts. I got stung by a wasp once, and it made on my back, on my shoulder. It made my whole arm go dead for 3 days. I couldn't move my arm. Naughty little wasp. Number 8 is something a duck likes to say. Number 8 is, I feel like I'm playing bingo, quack. Number 8 is quack. A duck likes to say quack. Quack, 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 quack. Number 8 is quack. Number 9, if you get this, I'm going to be impressed. Send me these. Number 9 is quantity. Number 9 is quantity. I have a large quantity of money. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I know, even better. I have a large quantity of love in my heart. That's a nicer one, isn't it? Quantity. Number 9 is quantity. And number 10, a nice refreshing drink of squash. Number 10 is squash. I like to drink squash. Okay, so I'm hoping you were able to keep up with me because you could pause me. Just real quick, I'm going to go back over them, but when we do this again, if I'm going too quick, just give me a little pause and then you can go at your own pace. So number 1 is want, 2 is watch, 3 is wonder, 4 is warm, 5 is warm, 6 is quad, 7 is wasps, 8 is quack, 9 is quantity, 10 is squash. Should we have a look and see how you've done? Okay, have a little look at how you've got on. So pause me here, have a check. Now remember, have you got any incorrect? If you have, fine, these are new words, they're new spellings. I don't know how much you've practiced them this week, but this is an opportunity to learn. So spot the mistakes. What did you get wrong? Learn from it. Try and remember. Have a first, second and third attempt to writing it down. I'd rather you stuck with these and got these right than even move on to the next spelling. So have a good look and see which ones you got incorrect. They're the ones you need to work on. Hello team, it's nice to be doing English with you. This is it. You've got me for all of the English. So from Monday all the way through. That's exciting, isn't it? So let's get busy. So Monday the 1st of June, we are going to be learning about a flat Stanley. What clues can you get from this front cover? So he's giving you all a little wave. Hi there. What clues can we get from this image? Now this is the image that's on the front of one of the books. There's a few flat Stanley books. They are very good. What clues can you get? Let's have a look. What I would like you to do, we're going to do a little predicting activity today. So, but just by looking at that image, what do you think this book is going to be about? So in your books, I would like you to draw your very own version of Flat Stanley in the middle of the page. And from it, I would like you to do some arrows saying what you think this book could be about. Now, I know what this book is about, so I don't want to give too much away, but I have done a little version to kind of give you an idea. So these are the things that I thought, because the title is Flat Stanley. So I thought maybe this book could be about things that are flat. It could be about a boy called Stanley. I've put it could be a kind boy because he looks kind to me. It could be about some funny letters because he's got letters in around him. I've also put it could be about a cat. Now I want you to look at all those options. One of them stands out as being a bit odd. Which one is it? Which one of those things that I have predicted this book's going to be about, which one of those things is a bit odd? And you're thinking, I'm not sure how you've predicted that, Mrs. Upton. Is there anything about a cat on that first page? Is there any clue I mean, it could be, but is there any clue whatsoever that we're going to have a cat in the story? No. No, Mrs. Upton. Definitely not. So I want you to make sure you're using the clues. And if you give me something when you email through your learning, if you give me a clue, give me a prediction about it, I want to be able to come back to you and say, why did you think that? And you can explain, because I saw this in the picture, because I thought maybe this, I could see this underneath. I think that's a door, so I think maybe it could be through that door. Whatever it is, I want you to be able to give me a reason why you've done that. So, in the middle of your page, or however you want to do it, no rules. I want you to draw what you can see as the front cover. I want you to draw that, and then I want you to put some little ideas on what you think this story could be about. Okay, so that's what we want you to do. Pause me now so that you can get a picture. I'm not going to be coming back to you. We're going to have a look tomorrow about what it's actually about, but email me your ideas. So pause me now so that you can use this to draw your own flat Stanley. Hello guys, so I am setting you some CC work for the next 2 weeks, and I've got a primary project and then some secondary projects, and they all kind of link in together. But the one thing that I'm hoping you'll be able to have by the end of these 2 weeks is the primary project, and then the secondary projects kind of link into it. So our topic for Connected Curriculum is still exploring Britain, and some of you have done some amazing exploration of Britain, so well done, you'll have already had a head start. If you want to have a look at this in more detail and you feel like there isn't quite enough here, there's loads of meat for you to get your teeth into on the website. So you can go to our school homepage and you will find it there. If you can think of some more amazing ideas on how to explore Britain, then do that. You are not confined to just doing this. These are just some ideas. This is a little overview. I don't know if you want to have a pause here. I'm not going to go through it all, and have a little read of what it is that the areas that we need to be looking at. Okay, so if you want to have a look at that, pause now. Here's the primary activity. So this is what I would love for you to complete, and it's going to link into our English work as well. So if you can complete this, I would love it. So the primary activity, can you make a map of Britain and draw and label some of the physical and human features? So I don't know if you've got any old wallpaper that you could kind of roll out and do it on the back of. I've got some parcel paper that I would know that I would be able to do this on. I don't know if you can kind of get some cardboard boxes, maybe some cereal boxes, and stick them together. I don't know. Is there a way that we could kind of make it on some old wrapping paper? I don't know, but can we make this a large scale something? Because how I'm imagining it in my head is that it could be brilliant. It could be a really exciting, brilliant project that you could bring into school, and we could put this on the wall in our classroom, and it'll almost like fill a whole wall, won't it? So you can draw it, you can make some models. I was thinking maybe some little salt dough models that you could put on there, or some Play-Doh models as well. That shows your understanding. Maybe you've got some little toys, maybe you've got a fire engine or a police engine, and you could go down into Rugeley and you could draw the different fire stations. But I don't know, it is up to you. However you want to do it, there are no rules, but I would love for you to draw and label a map of Britain and Rugeley. What I thought would be a good idea is if you drew your house first. So that's the thing that you know best. So if you kind of draw that first, and then does anybody you know live close by, you kind of build up the houses in and around, and then move it a bit further. So start from the house, start from the people you know and the street that you're in, and build up from there. That's how I would do it. Anyway, if you might have a different idea. And your ideas are always better than mine. So that's just where I think I would start. And then once you've done those, you can start to add in some of the man-made features, can't you? So you can start to add in some of those places that we're going to be looking at in our English as well. It all ties in. So if you could do this alongside that, we're going to be nailing our learning. So you can add in some of these man-made features. And then are there any natural spaces? I know you've got, a lot of you have got the green in and around by your house. So where's that? Think about where that is. Is it behind your house? Is it to the right, to the left? Imagine that you're a bird flying above where you live, above Brighton and above Rugeley, and you can see but down below you. So it's a bird's eye view that you're going to be doing. So, like I said, you may want to make your map using crayons, paints, felt pens, models, toys, however you want to do it. I also thought a nice idea might be if you go out for a walk, if you're saying, oh, where is that? And trying to figure it out with your mums and dads, you might want to take a picture if they've got a printer at home and they might be able to print out some of the pictures and stick it onto the map. That might be a big job, and some mummies and daddies might go, I have not got the capacity to do that. Don't pressure them. So don't go, oh, but Mrs. Upton said. It's just an idea. If that sounds fun for you and your family, it has to work for you all. So if that's not a good idea, then there's loads of other good ideas that you can use. So your primary activity, the one connected curriculum thing that I would love for you to do over the next 2 weeks is create a map. You might not get it all done in one day. Pop it away, get it back out. When there's a little lull, you're thinking, what should I do? Oh, my map. I'll work on my map. Okay, because I want to see these. I don't just want the email. I want them coming into school. So that is your primary activity. If and when you finish that, we have some secondary activities. Okay, so once your map is complete, we have some secondary activities. So one of our objectives for our geography is to find a small town like Brighton in a different part of the UK. And Katie Morag on CBeebies is a good person. So maybe you can have a little search on the CBeebies app and maybe you can have a little look at some of the episodes. Can you find somewhere that is similar to Brighton or really different? And can you, I don't mind how you present it to me. You might want to do some writing. You might want to do a drawing of Brighton and a drawing of wherever Katie is. Whatever you want to do to show me how Brighton is similar and dissimilar to somewhere that you've seen. It doesn't need to be somewhere that Katie's been. It can be anywhere, okay? It might be somewhere that you've been on holiday. It might anywhere. You can compare any way that you want, okay? Also, I thought another nice idea along the geography theme would be to add some geographical vocabulary. So words like beach, cliff. I'm not sure there's many cliffs or coasts in Britain. You might want to add a little one on the edge somewhere just so you can do some of your geographical vocabulary. Sea, you might want to add some sea or ocean, river, soil. We've got a canal, haven't we? I know there's an allotment as you go past the plum pudding up there. So there's vegetation up there. So I thought it might be a nice idea to add a map, and I've given you a little example at the bottom, so there's a map key there. So it might be that you want to add in some little bits to your map, and rather than it might be a bit overcrowded on your map, to write them just in one corner of the map, so that if someone's looking at it, they'll go, oh, okay, there's a park there, and Mrs. Upton's key for the park is this. So you can add a key to your map. And then I thought your third secondary activity, you can do any of these. They don't have to be in this order. The map's the primary and then all of these are secondary. I was thinking it might be a nice idea if we thought about a monument, something that we could put together to show how we have come through this very tricky time. We're still kind of in the midst of it at the moment, aren't we? But we're living through history right now. In years to come, if you have children and when you're all grown-ups and you're looking back, this will be taught. People will talk about this and we will be in the history books, and you'll be able to Google it and go, no way, that never happened, did it? Really? So I thought it might be a really nice idea if we tried to think of a monument. You had a look, Mrs. Mulliner sent you some CC last time, didn't she? And it was doing the Angel of the North. Well, I thought, could we think of a monument that represents everything that we're going through right now? Is there a way that we could do a monument that shows everybody what we're going through right now? Can you make it, or can you draw what you'd want it to be like? And then can you mark where you would put it so that most people would see it on your map? And have a think about why you'd put it there on your map. Would you put it there because it's a quiet place and people can go to it if they've lived through it and they're finding it tricky? Would you put it somewhere like the miners in town near Sea Residential, where you've got the 4 miners on the island near to the petrol garage and Burger King? That's in a place where loads of people see it and they can be reminded of where our town and community was built from. It was built on the mining community, a lot of it. So where would you put your monument? On this page, I've got some ideas. So these are some different monuments, just as some ideas. You can have a little search of what you think a good idea for a monument might be, and you could draw it. Now remember, a monument is inspiring and positive. We want to show how we are going to come through this stronger and better than before. So it needs to be a really, when you look at it, you think it gives you a message. It's a powerful message. That was a really tricky time, and look, we came through it. Look how strong we are. So if you can design something that screams out empowerment and then talk about where it can go on your map, I'd love to see that. Good job, guys.